All right, Nick, let's talk about the Detroit Lions. This is a team that has done a masterful job rebuilding a unit, getting them to be really strong. And I think they are now contenders, playoff contenders, division contenders, contenders across the board. They look very, very talented on all sides of the ball. And this isn't just because of accumulation of players, getting great coaches in line. There is more to that story, Nick. And I think the story we have today, talking about the future success of the Detroit Lions, is something Lions fans are really going to love.
Miles, I could not agree more. There's a lot of hype going into Detroit for the 2023 season, but the Lions have put themselves in a position to be good, not just this year, but the out years as well, the following years. And I think Lions fans should be really excited by this news. But before we get into that report, Lions fans, I want you to answer this question as always in the comment section below. Look, this franchise has had its share of superstars, looking recently at Matt Stafford, of course, Calvin Johnson, but it also has its fair share of grinders, the lunch pail guys, the hardworking guys who time in and time again put in the effort, did a great job representing this franchise. Give us an example of a Detroit Lions grinder, a guy who was really underappreciated, in the comment section below. But all right, Miles, what you got? What's this latest update involving Detroit?
Yeah, Nick, when we talk about future success and metrics in the NFL, like we said, not about the players, it's not about the coaches, it's always and always will be about the dollars and cents. And those are things that are true keys to seeing how good a team is going to be in the future. And over at PFF, they did a really great job of this in their article talking about the NFL salary cap. They went into a 3-year analysis for all 32 teams. And I think you'll be surprised at where the Detroit Lions rank, Nick. But let's get to it. The article says Detroit Lions rank number 5, fifth in the NFL for salary cap health. And here are some of the reasons why, Nick. It says the Lions made 4 top 20 and 7 top 50 draft selections over the past 2 years. And we'll have to wait another 6 games into 2023 to see the true debut of dynamic wide receiver Jameson Williams. The youth movement is still the key, but Detroit also overhauled its secondary without spending too much. This team could be in a really good position to win the NFC North for the first time in 30 years. Detroit still ranks in the top 10 in 2023 through 2025 cap space and the bottom 10 in total prorated money, with not many major internal extensions pending, hoping to build a sustainable contender for years to come. Nick, I think this is really brilliant, and I know you probably have done your own deep dive on this as well, and I'm excited to hear it. But before we get there, I want everyone to stay tuned to the end of the video to hear more from our partner of today's video, and that is Neuro. They have a lot of great products to give you a quick and easy boost of energy, so make sure to stay tuned to learn more about Neuro and their products and to get your hands on our discount code. But all right, Nick, let's get on into it. What are we learning about the Lions and this new salary cap health metric?
Yeah, so it's obviously great news. Salary cap is the hardest constraint in the NFL. Frankly, it's in terms of major professional sports, it is the most challenging dynamic of anything professional basketball, baseball, dealing with the salary cap. It defines who has success in the short, medium, and long term. And the Detroit Lions ranking number 5 is, of course, a great sign. But let's dig deeper into what this means. So what PFF did is they first broke down the top 51 players, because that's what counts against your salary cap, just the top 51, and valued each and every team's top 51. Then they went through everybody on a rookie contract. Obviously, they haven't played yet, and valued them as well. And they did a lot of analytics. I won't go into their formula there. It's pretty interesting stuff if you want to check it out. But they valued the rookies as well. Then they looked at the projected effective cap space in each of the following 3 years, who has a lot of salary cap space opening up, who's a lot of it really tied down. They looked into a total prorated money, like you mentioned. Basically, prorated money is converting a structured deal into a signing bonus. So when you hear of dead cap, that's when a player is cut or traded, and that prorated money stays on the book. So you want to have that be as minimal as possible. And then you looked at projected free agent valuations, basically how much money is going to walk out the door in terms of projected free agents in the out years. And what all this shows is that the Detroit Lions rank number 5 in all of those categories combined together. And that's a great sign for long-term health. Because if you look at the top 4 teams, Miles, you have the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, rookie deal. You have the New England Patriots, Mac Jones, quarterback, rookie deal. You have the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields, rookie deal on that quarterback. And you have the New York Jets, Zach Wilson, rookie deal, and Aaron Rodgers, very short-term deal. So the Detroit Lions, outside of teams that are relying on rookie deal contracts, actually have the best salary cap health. That's an outstanding job by Brad Holmes and company.
Yeah, Nick, I think this looks really interesting. And I think it shows that Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes have been looking towards the future when they build this team. And one thing I see on here that's interesting is maybe the Detroit they value their top 51 players. I think they could even be higher because they're ranked 22 in the valuation of their top 51 of their perceived value of those players. I think that this team is going to get even better as the years go on because they still have, like they said, that young core. They're going to shed some of the older guys. The young guys are still going to be on those rookie deals as well going forward. So I think they're going to get better as the years go. And I think this team just looks really special because you look at every team that you mentioned in front of them. How many of them have as many young players on this roster? You look at the New York Jets. It's basically every old Green Bay Packers player in the NFL playing on that team. You look at the Patriots, they'll probably be okay. They usually are pretty smart about getting around those kind of deals and stuff, but they have a lot of older players rather than a young rookie guys. Then you go up top, you see Cincinnati. There's a lot of impending stuff coming down the pipeline for them as well. They got to look into all of those things. You see Joe Burrow hasn't even signed his new deal yet. So I think once all of this stuff happens, it's going to flip it. I think that Detroit, and I also skipped over Chicago. Chicago's got a lot of stuff they need to work on as well. You know, obviously they ranked last in the NFL last year. So there's a lot of rebuilding to do because this is salary cap health, but Detroit has a correlation of being very good in the salary cap health department, but also being competitive. That's a key there as well. So I think Detroit has set themselves up to be not only competitive, but have great salary cap health going forward.
And Miles, you brought up a great point about the valuation of some of their younger guys. So, for example, Jamison Williams, according to overthecap.com, has a valuation of $341,000. I guarantee you, once he actually steps on the field after serving a 6-game suspension, he'll be insanely productive, and that valuation will go through the roof. So that number 22 ranking, which is really keeping the Lions from being a top 3, top 2, number 1 overall potentially in terms of salary cap health, will skyrocket up very quickly once some of these young guys get a lot more reps and that valuation goes up. So as good as it that the fact that Lions rank number 5 right now, that's actually a little lower than it is in reality. They probably are a top 2 team right up there with the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, Miles, we would like to give a special thanks to our partner in today's video, Neuro.
That's right, Nick. And I want you to go with me on a journey really fast. I want you to imagine this. It's 4th and goal in the big game, Nick. Your team is relying on you to make the big-time game-winning play. I know you've been in this situation before, Nick. The stadium is roaring. The clock is ticking. The game is on the line. But if only in that moment you were able to have some Neuro Gum. Neuro Gum will help you stay concentrated, and it gives you a burst of energy without a nasty crash.
That's right, Miles. Neuro has thoughtfully curated ingredients and does endless lab testing, which means that you can reach the right state of mind safely and consistently. That's the most important part. It gives you a clean burst of energy and focus without the jitters of coffee or any of those other energy drinks.
That's right, Nick. And if you click our sponsor link in the description below, you can enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.